Hello everyone, welcome to the Farnborough International Airshow 2026. A really busy week so far. I'm delighted to be joined by Vincent Frascogne, who's the VP of Business Development at Odys Aviation. Vincent, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Just going to go through a bit more detail about Odys. Our readers are very aware of the excellent work you and the team are doing. When we last spoke with you and the team, Odys had a very clear vision for regional hybrid electric aviation. Has the market caught up with that vision, or have you found yourselves having to adapt your strategy as the industry has started to evolve?
Well, good morning, and thank you for meeting with us and Odys Aviation at Farnborough. It's a great event here, lots of energy. And in answer to your question, so Odys has really been hybrid electric from day one. It's one of the early bets that we made as an organization, and really the market has now caught up with our vision. When we look at customer requirements, operator requirements, especially for unmanned logistics networks, customers are looking for longer range, higher endurance, heavier payload opportunities, and really hybrid is what gets you there. So the market has definitely caught up, and we have been proven right.
Excellent. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing the aircraft and the team develop. We've got some really cool news that I know you'll share with us a bit later on in this interview as well. But I want to ask you, regional connectivity, underserved routes as well. There's a growing conversation around that. Where do you then see the biggest commercial opportunity for aircraft like Laila, Odys's aircraft, over the next decade?
So thank you. Laila is an unmanned aircraft, a range of up to 450 miles, a payload capability of 130 pounds, 60 kilos. And we've really been targeting high priority, high value, time sensitive type operations. So if I look across our customer base, oil and gas, energy sector, high priority medical routes, areas where infrastructure is difficult, road infrastructure is minimal, island nations, mountainous geography. So we've really made a conscious effort to build an aircraft that is specific to problem solving. So customers have really got to the point today of not necessarily looking for new technologies, but looking for capability and looking for a way to actually fix a problem, increase revenue, reduce costs, reduce risk, and they're coming to us in terms of Laila.
Awesome, and we're looking forward to seeing more developments of Laila in the near future as well. And I guess we're seeing a lot of reality with the industry as well, a lot of expectation, hype, and reality is now shifted as well. Do you feel then the industry's perception of hybrid electric aircraft has changed over the past couple of years, particularly as we're seeing a lot of timelines for the fully electric aircraft have become a bit more challenging and timelines are being pushed back?
Really interesting question. I think originally, if you go back 2-3 years, hybrid electric was almost seen as a stepping stone to full electric. I think that mentality has really shifted. I think that hybrid electric is really the unlock to advanced air mobility, and you see many of the competing companies in both on the regional side, the air taxi side, all looking at hybrid electric propulsion systems. Especially companies who are looking at dual use platforms, like Laila, positioned for defense use cases and commercial use cases, having the ability to stay in the air longer, fly further, be able to carry heavier payloads. Hybrid is really the unlock.
Awesome. And in terms of prospective operators today, and I know you're speaking to a lot of customers, which is really good to see you. What would you say then they're asking about most? Because I imagine conversations have shifted somewhat from perhaps 2-3 years ago to now, and even future as we look towards the start of the next decade.
Yeah. So for the most part, customers are thinking less about the dream, more about reality. So how close are you to actually bringing these aircraft into operation? Are they deployable in the next 6 months? Is there a regulatory pathway that allows me to take your aircraft and operate it on commercial revenue generating routes? And again, early bets that we made were to really focus on a regulatory pathway that is more globally accepted. So we've focused very much on the Gyrosora framework, adopted very early by EASA, then adopted by all EU member states and many other CAAs and authorities globally as well. That allows us, based on the design of our aircraft, to deliver the first aircraft in Q1 of next year to customers who will be putting them straight into operation as soon as they're delivered and accepted.
Excellent. Well, really exciting news as well. And while we're here at Farnborough as well, really often provides a snapshot of where aerospace is heading, and certainly our industry too. We're on day 3. What has then been the biggest takeaway from your conversations? And as I alluded to earlier in our conversation, some really exciting news that I'd love you to share with our audience, with Odys, and as well, if you're able to.
Sure. I think in answer to the first part of your question, customers and operators, the conversations we're having this week, are very focused on what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Shiny mock-ups and aircraft don't cut it anymore. It's actually, are you flying today? What is your test program looking like? Can I insure this aircraft? What's the reliability of this aircraft going to be? And when I put this into operation, can I rely on this platform to actually do what it's supposed to do? Because these operators are also working with their customers. You take the oil and gas industry.
Yeah.
Operators today are working with large companies who are having to agree to specific reliability metrics, and they need an aircraft, a platform that can actually suit them. On top of that, they're actually looking at really how is this aircraft powered. One of the things that is really key to Odys and Laila is that we actually develop and build the hybrid power systems in-house ourselves. They're very unique, and we build them from 20 kilowatts through to a 4 megawatt system today. So they power our aircraft, but we're also working with a number of other OEMs on the aerospace side and ground-based systems to supply those units to those organizations as well. And the announcement that you alluded to is actually with ST Engineering in Singapore. ST Engineering and Odys have been working for a number of months on a framework to develop hybrid power systems for their aircraft. So alongside us developing our own aircraft in Laila and the future aircraft with Alta, we're also developing core power systems that many other organizations are interested in working with us on.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on that achievement as well. Thank you so much for sharing that too. And we talked then on the technology. It's advancing rapidly. It seems like every year there's more breakthroughs in that, which is great. But commercial success really also depends on much more than the aircraft itself. So can I ask you, what do you then see as the biggest non-technical challenge facing the industry at the moment as well? Absolutely
on the regulatory side. And as I mentioned earlier on in our conversation, we took a very early decision to focus on a European first approach. Now, we're sitting here on the California stand. We're a proud California company, but we took that decision to say, okay, how do we work with a regulator and a regulatory framework that allows early deployment of our aircraft, that is defined, has been in place for some time, and really it's a decision that is paying off. One other announcement we made this week was actually in collaboration with Honeywell Aerospace. So Honeywell, Odys, Vertical Aerospace, and a number of other partners have secured European Union Commission funding for a number of different factors, but specifically to look at airspace integration for Sail 4 operations. I'm not going to get into the technical detail of what that means, but essentially, how do you start integrating air taxi and unmanned operations into very busy airspace? So we were selected as the only unmanned vehicle. Vertical Aerospace is the manned component, and Honeywell is really spearheading this effort for us to bring aircraft into the EU around the middle of 2027, start demonstrating how do these aircraft operate in this type of airspace.
Awesome. No, really, really good. And you mentioned 2027 because the next question really is over the next 18 to 24 months. What milestones then should the industry be watching from Odys? Offline spoke with James Doris, the CEO of Odys. Really exciting news coming up on the horizon. So what milestones could we be watching from Odys? Not just in terms of aircraft development, but also the commercial progress as well.
Absolutely. So on the aircraft side, we're flying our aircraft every day. We have a test site in California. Laila is up in the air. We have a number of full-scale aircraft built and flying. We are standing up our low-rate initial production facility at our headquarters in Long Beach. That will be where we see the first aircraft coming off the line being delivered to customers in Q1 of 2027. And you will start to see aircraft up in the air, specifically within the EU and in the Middle East in Q1 of 2027.
Brilliant. Well, if we were then sitting down together at Farnborough 2028, hopefully we are as well. Yeah. What then would success look like for Odys, based on everything you've just said now and the advanced air mobility sector as a whole?
In a nutshell, customers operating our aircraft. It's super exciting to know that all the work that our engineering team have been doing over the last few years is now culminating into something real. As I mentioned at the beginning, customers don't want technology, they want capability. We're bringing that capability to market. It's real and it's deployable.
Excellent. Well, Vincent, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today as well. Wishing you all the very best this week at Farnborough and very much looking forward to seeing more of Odys's milestones down the line. So thank you again.
Thank you, Jason.